Hello everybody, welcome back to another 3D Hangout. I'm Noe Pedro Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Join me every week, Mr. Pedro.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Pedro Ruiz, creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Yep, this is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make some inspirational projects. This week, then picks Neospin. Sorry, I'm just messing with fiddling here with the settings.
That's right, every week we have an awesome coupon code for you guys.
And this week it's Neospin. I wonder why.
Gets you 10% off in the Adafruit store.
Yep. Hey guys, we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Hey everybody in the chat room, welcome to the show. We are back and well rested from our travels, and we're ready to
let's get some printing going on.
Yeah,
we're
printing over there.
Shout-outs
this
over
just
to
printed. Yeah, hey guys.
Writer Stuff Kirby Simon is in the chat.
Hey, hello everybody. Thanks for joining. So let's get started. Let's just talk about what we've been working on this couple of weeks here. So let's take a look. This week's project is the Yoyo, which I have over here, and I just want to talk a little bit about the parts and kind of what we were going to come up with. Originally, what I wanted to do was put a ball bearing in it. But, so yeah, I did some research first to figure out, hey, what kind of yo-yo should this be? And I haven't yo-yoed in a while, so let's take a look at this first yo-yo. So this is a yo-yo I've had for like 10 years. Back in high school, we went to like a print show, like a 2D print show, because we were doing like, you know, graphic design and stuff. And this is a yo-yo that I got for free in my little gift bag thing. And it's just like a basic yo-yo. But nowadays, there are modern yo-yos that are called unresponsive yo-yos, and if you look in the middle here, this is a ball bearing, and this thing is like there's a pretty big gap there. It's a pretty big ball bearing. It's a special ball bearing that has like a sort of a curve in it, and what these are mainly for professional yo-yoers. And what this does is it gives you, since it has a ball bearing, this gives you a ridiculous sleep time of like 2 minutes of sleeping. And these are pretty cheap. They're like $10 or maybe more on Amazon. So I picked one up and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. But as I started playing with it, I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to yo-yo.
Do that loopy trick to make it
It's called
come
binding.
back.
So you have to learn how to bind in order to bring this back up. Since there's such a wide gap between these two halves, you really have to do this special trick to bind. And I was able to do it like maybe once or twice, but I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. So I stuck with not doing a ball bearing and just kind of making it more like this traditional type of yo-yo. So the cool thing about this one, so again, shout out to Morgan Stewart, who came up with the project idea and came on the show and tell and showed it off. Really, really unique idea. In her version, she used 2 different circuit playground boards and 2 different batteries. So each half had to have its own like circuit playground. So in this version, I made it just use 1 circuit playground board and 1 battery. And so this side has the circuit playground, and this side, which I don't want to open, is the battery.
Just to show what it looks like. So nice little twisty top on both.
Yeah, it's so the cool thing about this is all twisty top put together. So you can twist this off too. Just say this area here. Oh yeah, I didn't glue this part. So you have to eventually glue this part. Because of the way it would print, you wouldn't have the ability to print it without any support. So this screws off here, and just like how you saw this yo-yo, it screws off like that. And then this is where the sort of bearing is. It's an axle. And in order to actually get the battery, the JST connector to go through the axle, I had to hollow everything out. So everything is bored and has a hole in it.
So it goes right through there.
Yeah, but this is a great project that utilizes making custom threads using coils in Fusion 360, as sort of as thin as I can make them. So a part of that, you have to kind of print at a higher resolution, I guess you could say.
150 microns to ensure that the little small coils actually, the resolution comes out on them.
Yeah. Yep. And no hardware really required, like hardware screws, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to do differently was, instead of 3D printing the cover, right, to diffuse the LEDs, I milled it out of this acrylic. The color's not showing up too well, but the thing with that is that I actually had to cut pretty deep, and you could probably see it more prevalent in this version. So this is actually all 3D printed, no CNC milled this is all 3D printed. And what you could do is you could switch out the color so that this top area would be a different color and this ring would be a different color. So you could still 3D print all of it, but I really wanted to try out milling out different pieces of acrylic. So this is a pink, fluorescent pink acrylic, which is kind of edge lit, so you can get this really nice look to it. And I really like using transparent acrylic because you can see the circuit inside of there. So I've been, trying to use the CNC machine as much as I can, the other mill. And then this is like a blue version. So that's some blue. It's not edge lit, but it is blue.
And I really like this because you can switch these around if you want to change it up for a specific theme.
Yeah. What's funny is like this works also with no circuits in it. It also works as a regular yo-yo.
Oh yeah.
But
again, here's the material that you use. So
oh,
it's
cool,
a
you got it.
dual-sided.
Yeah.
There's black on the bottom.
I picked this up from the guys at Inventables. They have some really great stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you do have to mill it pretty deep just because of where the black is on the bottom. And I'm going to do some showing off there.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep it too long. So I was able to sleep maybe 3 seconds, maybe 4 seconds, depending on how hard you throw it. And it's kind of hard to show this off with the camera, so I just have this pre-recorded video of me doing it. Yeah, and then last night on Show and Tell, Roberto came on the Show and Tell, and he printed out, he built Morgan Stewart's version where it has 2 circuit playgrounds. I'll just leave it on. And what he did was he used the accelerometer to sense, to just take to take measurements, and then he outputs
a tone
for each spin, I believe. You guys can watch the Show and Tell show. I think he's going to release his code on GitHub, which I will definitely check out.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes like
really
this
cool.
awesome like robotic sounds. Really, really cool. So that's this week's project video, project tutorial too. Let me show you guys the guide so you guys can check out the guide. So our guide on the Adafruit system has all the parts, has all the instructions and some print settings and things. So you guys can check that out. If you want to download the source, it's on Fusion 360. You can download it as a Google SketchUp file, as a step file, as a IGS, and all the other things. There's just a little bit of soldering required because the Circuit Playground board doesn't really have an on and off switch. It does have a switch, but it doesn't actually directly connect to the power, any of the power pins. So with this little switch adapter, you can completely turn off the battery, basically. Like you're just opening and closing a switch. So I'm using a JST extension battery to extend the battery so that I can turn it off and on. So I just put a switch in line to the power, and you get basically this guy here. And I also recommend, adding some strain relief with some hot glue.
It's a great little tip there. You definitely recommend doing this to all the batteries if you're going to have any sort of bending on them.
Hot glue or E6000. Those
or
are
even
our 2 favorite.
tape too.
Tape can work.
Like the gas
well.
burner. I think I had one around here somewhere.
No, I like the glue.
You just wrap it right around there, and it acts as a nice little padding around it. Especially if it's like you're sandwiching in between circuits.
Yep. And in the cover, of course, you can 3D print it. There are obviously 2 pieces, like the little cover and then the twist top, and you can 3D print it or whatever. The assembly is pretty straightforward. I put together, because the assembly requires like actually seeing it. I made GIFs so you can see how you twist it together, and that's it. Get yourself a yo-yo string, Circuit Playground board, battery, slide switch, cable, and you can make a yo-yo. It was pretty fun. I haven't yo-yoed in like a decade or something like that.
Yeah, I remember we used to have like quite a couple of yo-yos for doing all those cool tricks.
You know what I left out is balancing. Balancing was really, really important, but if you measure, if you weigh the Circuit Playground board, and then you weigh the battery and then the switch, it actually balances out pretty good. It's not bad. Yeah, so that was actually a little bit of a learning thing, like, oh man, I have to make sure it's balanced. So you do have to make sure it's balanced, but with the given parts that I have here and the given wire lengths, I even tell you how long your cable needs to be, it works itself out, so it's not all like shaky. Because if it's not balanced, you're gonna get this like kind of shakiness to it. And your battery does have to be kind of secured to this.
Quick check on.
I can't do anything about it. It said it was live. I got the notification, so I'm not sure. Sorry, Twitch.
It looks like Twitch just went down on us. I believe YouTube's
Sorry,
still
guys.
up. I just saw a comment go through.
Sorry, guys. I really have no control over, like, it
wait,
says
no,
it's
back.
live, and I
Okay.
don't know.
All right,
I don't
continue
know.
on.
Sorry, Pedro. Don't tell you. Anyway, guys, if you are interested in building it, you can pick up the Circuit Playground board. It is in stock. Yesterday it wasn't in stock. Today it's in stock. There's 44 in stock. We're making really hard to make as many as we can, as many as you know.
For those of you that don't know, the Circuit Playground is our new platform for getting kids into programming and circuitry.
Kids, everybody of all ages.
Yeah. And one of the cool
Kids at
things
heart.
that we heard during the show and tell was when Roberto said that he built it, showed his kid,
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
his
"Oh
son.
wow, this is cool.
This is really cool.
So-
How'd you do that? Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
when you get the kids interested. It's like you've done something really great because it's hard to impress kids
Like a
because
superhero.
Yeah, yeah. So good
Especially
stuff.
if
Yeah,
they're
20
around
bucks.
this stuff every day. You know,
Yeah.
they see printers every day, and they're like, "Eh."
Yeah, Gavin went. Actually, Gavin really
He
liked
really
the
liked it,
Yoyo.
yeah.
So cool stuff. Hey guys, if you want to pick one up today, why don't you use the coupon code NEOSPIN? You can support your Maker Habit. You can support us and everyone at the Adafruit family.
Yep. And one of the things also, if you have any local resellers, you're also supporting them as well. So
Yeah.
pick these up wherever we resell these.
Here you go.
Next
and if
up-
you don't have a 3D printer, consider a Makerspace or 3dhubs.com.
Yeah.
All right,
Next
cool.
up, let's take a look at what we've been prototyping, or is it continuation?
It is
We need a new segment.
Yeah,
name
like
for
here's
that.
the project, and then here's what we're working on. Because the project is just, hey, here's the project. Let me throw you some background story of how we came up with it, or any challenges that we
Yeah.
had. Pedro, this is cool. Hey, man, it's Halloween season. I'm happy. It's the Maker holiday, and there will be some makeup being.
Yeah, so a lot of the projects that require a ton of makeup, like the Little Sister syringe or the recent Star Trek comm badge or the communicator.
Or Cortana.
Or the Cortana,
Yeah, so
where we have like a
Pedro's
bunch of makeup being put on, or Brandy, my wife Brandy, has to put on the makeup to
Yeah.
do like the modeling or whatever. We have to go through a bunch of the brushes that we use to applying all of that. And Brandy was saying, oh, it'd be cool if there was a way to quickly dry these because you don't want to leave them damp. And then a lot of studies is going into, you know, people break out when they don't clean them because like bacteria can grow on these. And she was looking at the UV LEDs that we have in the shop. They're, what is it, 400 nanometer, and that's enough to kill bacteria. Now there are some Kickstarters that tried to make like a brush sanitizer that just didn't make it, and it didn't solve one of the problems that she was having, which was the dual tipped brushes. So I came up with a nice little design using the Sigma BCN3 to do a dual extruded print where we have Ninja Flex and a hard plastic on the side, and most importantly, a nice little slide that lets you put that in like that, so you're not harming any of the bristle tips
When you insert it, yeah. Okay.
when you insert it. And then a nice little box that'll, you know, you just put that in there like that, you clamp it in like that, and it holds it nice and evenly. And we'll have a fan on the side and a nice little row of UV LEDs so you can dry it and sanitize it at the same time. So that's a project that I'm working on. It's sort of Halloween related since, you know, you
All
are
year
going to
round
be using
makeup. All year round.
now you're going to be using
It's very utilitarian.
makeup. Yeah.
Very utilitarian because it's sort of solving that problem that some people don't know they have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's personally it doesn't affect us because we don't wear makeup, but we do.
It
when,
will affect us when we have to put makeup
Right.
on.
we have to put makeup on, guys. So we have to look good
Yeah.
for our show.
Or anybody who does like, you know.
Yeah, so this is kind
on
of cool,
TV.
and I like that you're helping out Brandy because it's, you know, her.
Yeah, she has a
her
ton of
project idea.
brushes. Whenever she has to do like cleaning,
Yeah.
in the room, she'll like have like, you know, a big old table with all the brushes laid out and the fan just going on full speed
Oh, wow.
to try to
I didn't-
dry them up so fast.
Yeah, and she's in cosmetics. That's sort of her job, so this helps out
Yeah.
a lot.
Now I really like the way that the
yeah.
dual print turned out on this.
Yeah, so
It's really cool.
that's kind of the magic here is to be able to dual print something that's flexible and rigid,
Mm-hmm.
that can retain the shape but still be flexible enough to have that property of, you know, putting the thing in there, putting the.
So this holds up to, I believe it's 38 millimeter size brushes, so nice
So you
thicker
can have
brushes
different
in that.
sizes, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
different
one of the
sizes,
hard things to
smaller.
solve is like how do I hold something down that's variable sizes.
Mhm.
This is one way to do it, and you see this type of design like in different applications.
Yep. It's a very cool little project. I think we'll release this in about 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah,
It's a great,
2 weeks. Something like
nice
that.
little, like you were saying, nice utilitarian around the house solving problems. So that's a cool one. Coming up.
For my next project, I already showed you the horn. That's going to be next week's project. Because do you remember we made a video on that? That's next week's project.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then the week after that, I have a glowing D20. So the glowing D20 was, I don't have it here, but I do have an update to it. So what I was thinking is like, well, what can I do with the D20 instead of putting it on like my desk or just having it stationary? I really wanted to like take it with me. So I thought, well, what can I do? I think one of the things is like, oh, this would look cool as a pommel for like a weapon or some sort of cosplay prop. So I took that idea and I was like, well, why not make that the actual head of the mace? So I did a little bit of research and I did some finding of like maces, and I was like, does anybody ever made an LED glowing mace? And somebody did. A cosplayer made a outfit for Hawk Girl, who's from DC Comics, I believe, right? She's like a part of the Justice League, and she wields a mace with a handle, and it has like electricity. So the cosplayer put an LED in the head of the mace and made it glow. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So kind of took that idea, but instead of like a round mace like you see regular mace, this is the D20 mace. So I have these spikes that are printed in, what is it, steel fill from the guys at ColorFab. And this is everyday PLA. That's transparent PLA from the guys at ColorFab as well. And this is like the sort of half. So I've scaled it up. Obviously it was smaller when I showed you guys last week. It's still hollow on the inside so that I can fit a NeoPixel jewel. Is what I'm going to use, the NeoPixel jewel, because it has 7 NeoPixels. And put that in there. And then this part will just snap in like that, and then I'm going to have a handle, and then the handle is going to have a battery, a cylindrical battery, and I'm going to use one of those fancy metal buttons that have a LED ring, so it's going to look really cool. And I want to use different materials like wood fill for the handle, and then just try to use as much as this metal composite stainless steel as I can. But I think it looks pretty cool. I haven't done a prop in a while. Like, Pedro's been doing all the props, and it's Halloween. Like, I say it's Halloween season already, because by the time it gets to, like, the middle of October, it is too late. You can't, you're going to have to make a quick project.
Definitely Halloween. We
It
were
is
at
Halloween
Disney,
already.
and they had the Halloween
Oh, my God, that was so
theme
fun.
already.
Yeah.
Gavin's, like, already singing.
Yeah, we had to buy, Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's his favorite song right now. And I don't know, what do you guys think about it? Let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas, any suggestions to it. Obviously, I have more spikes to print. There's going to be a spike in every triangle. And it's coming out good. Man, it takes a long time to sand. I had to sand all these down. And
do some tumbling on these, too, but it looks amazing.
I think it looked cool. So it's going to be a mace. I'm not going to be... there's cross-gender, right? Cross-gender cosplays. It'll be like
gender bend.
Hawk Boy.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I think it's cool.
It's great. It's like
It's universal. For a
like
D&D
the deadly
master.
version of like the wand project.
Yeah, it's like a wand project. So next week I'll show you guys the progress with the handle and stuff, because this is actually next week's project right here. Is this unicorn horn, which you guys saw us talk about. We did dual extrusion version, and let's jump into shop talk, because I want to talk about this horn and how we were able to print it on. Where's that print? Here it is. So this horn, right? We were able to print it. We've been doing a lot of tests on the M3D M3D printer, and this is tough stuff. This is the NinjaFlex Cheetah equivalent material. And we also printed Cheetah, like red Cheetah, and this was really good test for the M3D, because typically you can't print kind of too flexible, like regular flexible. It's too flexible. So Cheetah and Tough Stuff is a great alternative, even semi-flex, because they all have that sort of same shore hardness. So that's what we were doing here. So this is just a quick time lapse of printing it. And getting it off the bed, like, we did quite a few different tests. We did a lot of different iterations on figuring out the best settings, fine-tuning the settings for printing Cheetah and Tough Stuff. And, it came out incredibly well. Like, usually it's very challenging to print NinjaFlex, but if you dial in those settings, you can get some nice stuff. So the layer bonding is really tough here. It's still squishy and flexible, but not too floppy like NinjaFlex is, like regular NinjaFlex. and I'm amazed how good the retraction was. There's no cleanup here. Usually there's like a bunch of string and everything on the inside or the outside, and this has some overhangs. You can see the corkscrew, like the cork coil effect. There's no, dude, this came out phenomenal. That little M3D, there's the red one in the background and the dual extruded one and glow in the dark regular NinjaFlex on the MakerBot. This is awesome. So what we want to do is at least show you guys what our results were, our settings wise. Pedro, can you take it from here?
Yeah, so we usually use Simplify 3D, but I wanted to use M33 FIO to show you guys that you don't need anything fancy or expensive to get this working. So the F33 FIO, for you, those of you who don't know, is an Octoprint plugin that allows you to communicate with your M3D. So it has a lovely little UI there. You can choose all of the options that you want to use, but for NinjaFlex, I chose the medium option, the thicker hollow model, and you can increase the speed on this. For NinjaFlex, for the Cheetah, I just increased to 30, and the layer height to 0.2 millimeters. You're gonna have to do at least 0.2 millimeters to get the layer bonding really good. Another critical setting that you want to change is the fan speed, because the default is going to be all the way up. The value is going to be 255 for that, so you want to drop that down to like 120, which will be like 50% speed when it's turned on. It kicks off after, I believe, the second layer. And you don't want to have it be too cold, because you are again going to have those layer bonding issues. Once you have that set up, you can go to next, and this is one of the coolest looking UI.
It's a great visualizer. Look, it's too tall. Oh no.
Yeah. So one of the things is you can move that around. You can look at your bounding box, because the M3D has that odd shaped bounding box because of the top. When it gets all the way to the top of the frame there, the way that it's smaller on the top there, you can see visually where your bounding box is for that. So you can turn on the visualization for that. And the tallest that you can print on that is 104 millimeters.
116.
I think it's a little bit conservative in when it actually goes to print. It'll warn you that's a little bit too tall. So I ended up using 104 millimeters, and it'll slice right on a Raspberry Pi. So I'm using a Raspberry Pi 2 for this, but you can easily use a 3. I believe Gina did update it.
Yeah, or 0. All the Pis.
All the Pis will work, but
will work
if you're going to do some slicing on there, you want to use probably a 2 and up.
Okay. Cool.
Because it takes it takes a little bit to slice this.
Oh yeah. Okay. No,
yeah, and once that's done, you can go inside there, and if you're not familiar with it, it does let you update your firmware for the printer. You can turn your LEDs on and off.
240C, huh?
240C.
That
you want
looks
to
good.
Ensure that it has a nice amount of flow on there,
Okay.
and the fan is going to keep it cool, but not too cool.
Right.
So you can print up to, I believe, 260C on the M3D. You can go through your G code. Visualize all of that inside there. You can even go into your terminal and type in G-code commands.
Yeah.
Like if you want to have your LEDs set to a specific.
You can change the LEDs, which is crucial when you're doing time lapse, because you want to overblow your shot. Hey, you know what? At the beginning of the video, we have this thing here where you can actually choose. Look at that. You can choose the profile. So you actually selected
with
the
a
flexible
bunch of built-in profiles. So you can choose
That's great.
between the flexible or the tough stuff, which is I think what they ended up changing the name to. But flexible worked just fine.
What after slicing, do nothing, select.
You can have it
start printing.
Yep.
Man,
There's
Donovan has done a great job on this.
There is a
very,
ton.
very
You can
appreciative.
add a heated bed to it. You can have you can extend the build area to it. You can have another fan hooked up to the GPIO on Raspberry Pi. You can do a ton of stuff with this plugin. So
that's great.
Definitely check it out if you have an M3D.
Yeah. So there you go. Unicorn horn. Woohoo! So I'm wearing it on my hat. We put an LED in it, and it's all glowy.
Yeah,
and
so I did try
sewed it to
doing this
my
with
hoodie.
the more flexible NinjaFlex. That did not grip as well. The Cheetah and the Tough Stuff worked excellent.
Yeah, it works really well. So
So
good
check
stuff.
it out.
There you goes.
Very cool.
Hey, guess what? It's in the shop. The M3D Micro.
Oh yeah,
You get that 10% off if you want. Or if you want to pick up Cheetah, it's in stock right now. We have white, black.
And you'll get free shipping on that as well, because all orders $200 or more.
Oh, if you order a printer
Free
from us?
shipping.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
free shipping, guys. Does anybody have any questions? I think my thing broke.
Some questions here.
Yeah, it did break.
I didn't realize M3D had that kind of build quality. Yes, if you're printing
I know,
at
right?
150, it looks excellent. this week's time lapse Tuesday was that really cool volcano dragon. I could not believe how
a little bit of a cleanup, but hey, that's not bad.
it
at
was
all.
super easy to clean up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know we were really impressed as well, and how great the quality came out, the surface finish on it, especially with flexible material. It's difficult to print.
No, so somebody's asking what plugin do you use for Octoprint?
Yeah, M33 FIO.
Yeah, M33 FIO.
M33 FIO.
Oh, he's saying, yeah, you have too many settings buttons on the control page. Yeah, those are specific to M3D.
Yeah, I know, it looks a little, you can hide it. It's all the advanced stuff.
Yeah.
Like calibration and some things you kind of don't want or need, but hey, it's there if you need
Sparrows is correct. Yes, it is only for the M3D micro.
Yeah.
All those options. Yeah, somebody should add all those, like the LED, the fan, like turning it on and off.
Yeah.
The way that the cool buttons on there.
Yeah, some printers don't have LEDs, so, it's
Yeah.
very specific. And, we'll be checking out the M3D Pro. I think somebody asked if we were going to. Yes, we are going to check out the M3D Pro once it comes out. To ramp up production.
I'm hoping that they have them at Maker Faire in New York. So
that's the segment. We're going to talk about Maker Faire. All right.
Check it out then. Okay, other
That's
stuff.
Shop Talk. Well, yeah, we
other
still have Shop Talk. We have more Shop Talk. Check it out as we clear the table. Here it is. What is this?
So there were some new iOS devices released. I'm sure there was a small announcement.
Oh, there's a small little update
couple
to
people.
this sort of phone. Yeah,
the new iOS 10
sort
update.
of-
So every time we always have to check, do our past projects still work? So I believe last year, a couple months ago, we made these wireless chargers because although the new iPhones do have some cool features, they did not add wireless charging to it, unfortunately. But that can easily be remedied with a pretty cool project here. We're showing the wrong one. I'm starting off with first the iPhone wireless charging. Works pretty well. Still works with the new update. Apple didn't disable anything, so that's good. And you didn't even notice that I had the card in there. Now when I plopped it right in, you're like, "What? How is that working?"
Yeah, I was like, my phone doesn't work. I don't have nothing. Let me try mine.
Yeah. So a couple months ago, it's not in there. You need
why isn't
a
it working?
special little.
Where is it? Oh, you have it.
The
Cool.
the Qi charger that we sell in the shop.
All right, so this is the Qi this is the receiver.
Mhm.
So this will work with any Qi charger that has sort of the same diameter, and it is a Lightning connector. It's MFI certified, so it'll work with your iDevices. I'm gonna say iDevices because there's phones and tablets. So now it's pretty thin, so now I can charge it, right?
Yeah. So thin that you didn't even know that I had it already on me.
Yeah, well, because you have a case, so
Yeah.
I don't have a case yet. I took mine off.
Yeah,
So there you go. Oh, it's charging.
All that.
It's blown out. You can't read all my
Oh, okay.
secrets.
Let's see.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Right
So it
away.
charges.
Charges
Great.
really fast. As you can see, the thickness of
It goes right through the thickness. It's like 2 millimeters or 1.5 millimeters thick.
So that works.
Case.
Excellent. So if you guys recall,
Take this off.
as always, we have the Fusion 360 file. So if you have a different type of phone, you can change the stand for this. So if you have like a smaller phone or a bigger phone, and we sell the transmitter and the receiver. Super fun little project here.
Sorry,
I
they're
want
wrong.
to pull that up.
Yeah. So, oops, wrong part. All right, so here's the transmitter. There you go. There's a transmitter. It works with any
Android devices.
any devices that use inductive charging.
And of course, there is a tutorial for this. There's a video and a tutorial. I think you could scroll down.
Sorry, I wanted to show the
We have-
lightning cable. Where's that one? Is that this
I
one?
think you're on that right now.
I'm
You're
not
on that page.
I'm not. Sorry, I clicked away. So we have micro USB. We have there it is. There's the one that we were talking about. So if you have an iDevice and you want to get the wireless charging module, it is, I think, was it $25? Yeah, $25. So there you go. Works with that, just like that. It has a sticky back if you want, but I didn't use it. Pedro didn't use it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And yes, we do have 2 tutorials for this. If you scroll down, you can see the one. This works on your Nexus or your iOS device. And there's a full-blown tutorial on how to hook all of this together, how to print out the model that we use for the base here. And we actually have 2 of these separate models, one for the Nexus tablet, one for the iOS devices.
Doesn't want to load.
And of course, you can switch out the sketches for if you want to adjust the angle for this.
Cloud.typography. Did you see that?
Oh, it's pulling the fonts, the web fonts.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So there's a tutorial for that.
Okay. I think you need supports a little bit because of the standoffs.
No, you did not end up needing
Oh,
them.
you did it, and they're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to try without, and it worked without. Yeah, that's great.
Scroll a little bit more up so you can just see the design for that. Yeah. So we have a nice little concave here where I think I could actually pull this.
No. I have photos here.
Okay, there we go. Yep, it just slips in like that. You unsolder the wire so you could slip it through the stand.
Yeah.
And again, these are MFI, or the iOS.
These are MFI, so
it
it
should
don't
work.
need to be.
Yeah.
It's just pretty cool. All right, there you go, guys.
I
Wireless
just plug
charging.
it in to, I think, 2 amp power supply, and it charges really fast.
Yeah. Hey, there's another project, Pedro. Do you want to show the folks?
Oh yeah.
How about them smart watches?
So not only do they release new phones, and
do you have the newness?
no, I didn't bother getting the new watch. I think the old one's just as good, even with because iOS 3 totally makes it look like a new device. So sometimes the battery gets depleted pretty quickly. So we decided to. Was it last year when we made the Chargito? So it's using a little wireless adapter that comes with that, and it's super easy to just charge your device like that. So they didn't disable anything on that. And we're using a 2,000 milliamp hour battery inside here. We got a Power Boost 1000C inside. Mm-hmm. And we have a nice little on and off button. And you also have USB on the side here, so you can charge
anything.
Your phone or anything else while you're charging your
GoPro.
watch. Your GoPro, something else.
Cool. Here's the guide Pedro put together. All you need is a battery, power boost, slide switch. So you did have to cut your light. What is this?
Your
connector
wireless connector for it comes with your watch.
Oh, okay.
So you are gonna have to slice that guy up to connect it up.
Yeah,
but we show you where all the connections for that is.
Cool. There's all the parts.
I believe this one was still done inside of 123D. I believe.
No way, really? I don't know. I didn't make it. Oh, look at it.
It is, yeah, it's still done in 123D.
Oh, that's so cute.
So we'll have to update this
if you want
soon. But you can grab all the files.
Remember, 123D is basically Fusion, but without all the crazy tools.
So of course you can grab the files and like update the face if you wanted to make something else for your design.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling. Sorry. Anyway. Great
Super
project,
easy to
Pedro.
build.
Very cool.
Super useful, especially because you can, because you can walk around. It has an awesome little clip here, nice and strong, so it just clips right onto your side or your belt.
It came in handy while we were traveling.
Yeah, because sometimes, if for whatever reason, your watch can like go down to 10%, and because this is a fast charger, it's 1000C, it can charge up from 10% all the way up to 70% in like 10 minutes. Pretty fast, so it is definitely a lifesaver.
Is this Josh? Yeah, Josh Petersen. Oh man, hey, he's cutting a $30 cable.
yeah. Yep. We're still waiting for the cheaper versions to come out for these, but I've not seen.
Have you seen any on Alibaba?
I haven't tried searching.
Or AliExpress?
Yeah, but unfortunately, you do have to cut your cable, but.
It's fine. You could just solder it if you want to use it again. You don't need to.
And you have access to your micro USB, so you can still hook this up to the wall.
Yeah, you can still
use this as your charger instead.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually making it a lot more useful than the plain old,
Yeah, and it would
cable
work
by itself
on your nightstand too.
Yeah, nightstand works perfectly.
It's a great project, man. I like it.
Yeah, definitely handy.
Cool.
Let's see, nightstand mode. Does it work?
Yeah, it stands up.
Yep. As soon as I lift it up, it'll probably go away. Oh no, it works. Cool. Looks perfect. Alright, so check those out if you got a new iDevice or you just updated and just didn't catch these very handy charging projects.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, of course, is the wireless charging, because you can just set it down as you're watching a movie or listening to music, whatever, and have it automatically charge without even thinking about it. On the wire.
All
Yeah,
right. If you want to pick those components up, why not get 10% off?
Yep.
With NeoSpin. and check out.
Josh is saying, yeah, it's still better than the $99 or $150
Oh my goodness.
portable battery packs. I did not know they cost that much.
Oh,
Holy
cool.
crap.
Yay, Josh.
Speaking of overpriced Apple stuff, I went out and because, everything is not wireless, I was thinking, how good are those little cheapo, $14 Bluetooth earbuds that you see like, at Ross or Marshalls and
discount outlets.
These are awesome.
Yeah, you like
the bass, the highs, the mids. They're Bluetooth 4.1. It's like 6-hour
LE?
battery life. $14.
Take that, Apple.
I know they're kind of crazy,
crazy,
for
man.
charging $160 for their wireless
That's funny.
earbuds that can easily get lost. These are nice, connected together. It has like 6 buttons on there. You have your voice command works through there. If you're looking for some good wireless headphones, check out
anything at a
Palms.
discount. Like they're all the same kind of.
They all cost like $14.
I know, it's crazy.
They're kind of crazy for.
They set the
Yeah, I
bar
understand
really-
they're W1 chip,
Really
whatever,
high,
but
low
yeah.
high. That's funny.
10-hour standby, 6-hour battery life.
Okay, let's keep moving. The last thing I want to talk about in Shop Talk is Maker Faire New York 2016. It is 15 days away. Is it 15 days away? 15 days, 13 hours, and 5 minutes away. We will be there. A lot of us from Adafruit will be there.
We have a
hanging
whole
out.
posse this year, so we're all gonna
Phil
be
B, me and Pedro, Tony D, John Park, Scott is even going to be there.
Scott's gonna be there.
I
New
know I'm
member.
missing some people. Lamar and Phil will
Phil
be there
B,
for a little
yeah.
bit. Phil B, of course.
Colin.
So, Colin is going to be there. Like, oh
Gonna
my
be like-
God. A lot of folks.
What is it? Is it Voltron?
The Adafruit posse, like you said.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be there. We're gonna be filming, doing interviews.
Yeah, and just checking out the scene. We were there last year, right?
Our last year there was just me, you, Tony, and Becky.
Yeah.
This year it's like we're deep,
Like
riding
double-
deep now. Oh yeah, Nick Normal is gonna be there
Nick
too.
Normal's
He's
gonna be there.
doing
That's
all
so
the
fun, yeah.
coordinating of everything.
Yeah,
And
we're really planning like a
It
lot.
is
So
nicely
we're all
scheduled.
going to know exactly what we're covering, where we're at. So we'll try to be as connected as possible. And if you guys want to meet up with us, we'll come out and say hi.
you got some cool projects to show off. We are going to be testing out the new DJI mobile Osmo.
Okay,
So we're going
with
to be
your
able
phone?
to, with the phone, yeah. So it's a little stabilizer. Last year we had the stabilizer for the
GoPros.
GoPro.
Yeah.
But this year, because we want to move a little bit more quickly, we don't want to spend any time inside of the media lounge.
Yeah, we don't wanna-
uploading and editing. We're
Yes.
going to do it just live.
It's trying to be really, what do they call it? Like streamlined?
Yeah, streamlined. So
Yeah.
we're going to do all of the broadcasts live, straight to YouTube with the
And Facebook and Twitch, anything we can.
probably just YouTube, because I don't think you can do multiple streams.
Yeah, what I like is
but-
that it's not just us getting the videos. Like Tony's going to do his style.
Yes. John
JP's
Park,
going to
yeah.
do some. Actually, John Park is going to do some talks.
Yeah,
So check out
check that out.
John Park's talks. I wasn't able to pull it up, but I'm sure it'll get listed in the schedule soon.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I'm looking at some things to check out. And here's one talk from Eric D. Burgeon.
Oh,
He's the
that's
CEO
gonna
of
be cool.
Ultimaker, so I'm going to check his talk out.
Yeah.
And Rick Winscott will be having a talk as well. This is 3D printing expectations and reality. You got your first printer, now what? Let's get grounded in some peaks, slopes.
Actually,
I'm definitely checking
today
this out.
is Rick Scott's birthday, so
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
go
Happy
wish
birthday,
him
Rick.
a happy birthday. Tweet
Awesome.
at him.
He makes some great projects.
Yeah.
He's
They're
done
on
a
the
few of
learning
them.
system.
Yes, a few of them
Check
on the
those out.
learning system.
Big shout
Does some
out to
phenomenal
Rick,
stuff.
man. He's got some
Great stuff, man.
awesome projects.
And then Aiden, of course. Aiden's going to have a talk,
Oh,
inflatable
something
robots,
about
3D
that.
printing, and how makers are pushing the limits. He's going to be in the Science Pavilion, I think they're calling it. Yeah, so he's going to have a talk. Definitely looking forward to him. We interviewed Aiden. We chatted, caught up with him last year. So this year he's talking it up. He's got a
cool.
He's got to talk. So check out the schedule. If you are attending, you can find out all the information, all the talks and stuff here. So there you go.
Yeah, it's
We'll
gonna be
talk more about it
interesting.
next week too, as
Very
we come up with
interesting,
more.
and check the Adafruit YouTube channel. We're going to be doing some tests of doing the live mobile rig.
Yeah.
Because the Osmo has the audio in right into the actual base of the unit. We'll be able to do wireless mics with the H4n,
Yeah.
and that should be a lot more easier. And then being able to do the face tracking and all that. And you could do, I think, the B-roll right through your media player. So
yeah, we really.
it's going to be handy.
Yeah, we got to figure this stuff out. But yeah, Phil made it a big point about being fast and not spending like a day editing or something. We really want to get these things out as quick as we can.
Especially since we
been there, done that.
You know, enjoy ourselves there, and you know, having to worry about, oh no, did that actually record?
Yeah, minimal equipment, minimal processing and setup. So that's what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah.
So hopefully it all works out. All right. Looking forward to see you guys at Maker Faire if you are attending. All right. I think that's the last part. Now I want to jump into Community Makes. This is a big one. Josh Petersen is in the chat room right now. Everybody go bug him and tell him how awesome this project is. So Josh did a great remix of the PiGRRL 0 project. He's calling it PiGRRL Plus. This is why. He remixed the design and the build where it uses a 3.2-inch Pi TFT. Massive, massive upgrade to it. Of course, it has audio, has speaker, buttons.
This thing.
Look how small that is, awesome. And then bam, this thing is huge. Very, very awesome. I love that he managed to keep the thickness of the enclosure the exact same. It's just a little bit wider.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. So he's using the I2C amplifier. What is it? The Max. It's right here. So he put together 3 different tutorial videos, so you guys can build this. Totally. He's got a parts list right here, actually. There you go. So yeah, these are all the parts. Here's the Max 98 357A amplifier, and he's got a potentiometer for the audio, so you can lower the volume without having to go into the setting.
He added a bigger battery to it. So
yeah,
it
2500 milliamp battery. This is the biggest you can fit in there.
And he also updated the buttons so you can print them in PLA.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's NinjaFlex challenged, you can definitely pick up his version of the buttons.
That's great.
Very lovely.
Awesome job, Josh. So check that out, guys, if you want to build a bigger PiGRRL with audio. Super cool. And check out his videos too. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, we subscribed and been following the progress along, so definitely check that out as well.
Good stuff. And if you guys have any questions, hit up Josh or myself. We'll be happy to help you out. Cool. That's all I got for the Community Makes, because it's just an awesome project.
Well, we have a ton on the Adafruit blog. We got about 30 posts every Thursday, so definitely make sure to check those out.
Trying to share as much as we can. And if you guys have any projects, hit us up, support@adafruit.com. We get tips all the time.
Yep, that's how a lot of them actually go through. Go through Jessica or Kelly, PT, they'll send them over, and we'll schedule those up.
Woohoo! All right. We're going to do QA now, as Pedro tweets the tweeters.
Oscar is asking, is there any places where I can learn basic electronics and learn about connections besides Make Magazine?
We have a couple guides, like Adafruit's excellent guide to soldering. That's a great one. I'll link that below. But if you just type in soldering in the Adafruit Learning System, you'll find Colin's video and I believe Lady Ada's guide to soldering.
Another question by Stuart. Can you guys discuss 3D printing applications you know about WRT fan turbine blades, strength, ability to design the blade, etc.? I don't know much about blades. You made a little fan for like.
I made a fan?
Yeah, for the fan bit.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you learn about making a little bit? Because you remade it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Like what was like the angle that
basically, I took 2 sketches and then I just kind of rotated them and then I lofted between them so that it gives it that curvy blade effect. But as far as like testing it for
like
strength and stuff,
of, like, how much it blows,
how much airflow I get, I didn't really get far with that because it's just a fan bit for the other mill. I was going to do a tutorial on that, but I didn't think anybody. Well, I just didn't do it, pretty much. But I'm sure there's tutorials out there. I don't have too much experience though with it.
John MCPG says he loves the M3D demos. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We will do more.
Yeah.
It's a great little printer.
Baby printer.
Let's see. Oscar loves the Game Boy projects.
Yeah, they're very popular. Dual extrusion, any favorite solutions? So the BC and Sigma and the Prometheus, I guess the new one, the new extruder, the Prometheus extruder. If you haven't seen Tom's video on it, please check that out. That is a really great.
And hold on, you're missing a very big one too, the Mosaic palette.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Which is going to be at Maker Faire.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's not even dual extrusion. It's can you call it 4 extrusion? No. I was trying to think of some projects for the palette from the Mosaic team, and I was like, I can't even think of a good project that would utilize all four filaments.
But yep, we're going to be checking them out at Maker Faire.
I think that is the ultimate solution, though, is to have the palette where it splices.
Because it'll work on any printer.
Yeah, because it works
any
on any
175 printer.
You've managed to make every printer into 175. The Taz, the Ultimakers, the Big C and Sigma. You're like the 175 guy.
Converter.
You convert them all into that. But anyway, the BC and Sigma does a great job. And the Prometheus, yes, but the palette seems to be like the way to do it. Now, I don't know what printing manufacturer would do that. This is just like a different alternative where it's like, here's an add-on, right? A utility to really expand and solve that problem.
Quadruple extrusion.
Yeah, quadruple
what about
extrusion? Quad extrusion.
Octuple extrusion, because think about 2 pallets and then on a dual extrusion machine. So you're doing dual extrusion with 4 different colors.
I never thought of that.
All right,
that
you can do 8 materials. Isn't that gonna be cool? I mean, you can do like almost, sort of like 4-color.
But I have some ideas. I started making a list of project ideas because we are going to get our hands on a palette, and we're hoping to meet up with the Mosaic team at Maker Faire. Yep. Because I think they'll be there.
Yeah.
If not, it's fine.
Yep. So the Sigmas should be in the shop pretty soon.
Yeah.
So pick those up.
Yeah. There's an update. The Sigma is going to be in the shop.
Yeah.
As Pedro said.
It's going to have the 0.4 millimeter nozzles, the 0.6 millimeter.
Yeah, it comes with 2 different nozzles.
Yeah. Well, 4 different nozzles.
4 different nozzles. Kind of like the Ultimaker has their little kit.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
it's great.
That's how we've been doing a lot of our really clean,
pretty large build volume. We'll do a review on it. I think you guys get a review on it. But you've seen plenty. There's plenty of reviews out there already, but ours will be more about like using the dual extruder. Like
Marcos in the chat asking, is it possible to make an RC airplane wing with a 3D printer?
I believe so. Yes, there are probably
I think Ultimaker
several.
Couple time lapses of actually printing a wing for it.
Turbines as well, quads, obviously quads are a big one.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're at 50 minutes. Yay, we're doing good. All right, guys. If anybody has any other questions, drop them now because I got to get to printing and get this project out.
Real quick, Sparo, sorry, I can't pronounce her. He was planning on investing in an E3D Chimera Cyclops. What's your opinion on that? So we haven't tested one personally, but I think Thomas Slander has played with a Cyclops, right?
Yeah.
So definitely check out his review on that.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have any. I think it's probably a good extruder.
Yeah. Is it possible to build a 3D printer or a 2D printer using a 3D printer? I believe so. People have made CNCs that can easily be converted into 2D printer or a plotter with 3D printed parts. It's basically the couplers and all the bits that hold the metal extrusions together. But yeah, definitely possible.
And this thing isn't updating. There it goes. Cool. All right, guys. Well,
again, do it for this week.
If you want to pick up some stuff, you can support your maker habit. You support everyone at Adafruit by picking something up.
Yep. We are not venture funded. Nope. We don't have any loans.
Oh no.
Everything is run by all of your purchases. So if you guys like these projects that we release for free, check them out. Or just share, like them, tell young kids about trying to get them in.
Yeah, get people inspired into
schools, like
printing and electronics.
Definitely good skills to learn.
Good stuff.
Give reseller discounts. For maker spaces, there's also discounts. So if you're ever thinking of getting any of those projects in there, contact. I think it's still support at adafruit.com and get you discounts on bulk purchases for education. So definitely check that out.
That's great. Cool. Well, it's going to be it for us, guys. We'll be here next week. And again, if you want to drop us some of your projects, you can do so. In the same email, support@adafruit.com. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat room and Twitch and on YouTube.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on over there. See all the behind the scenes on all the projects we're working on. Of course, just subscribe to YouTube for all the live shows that go on all the time. I think there's going to be a couple of streams later in the week.
Oh yeah, and this weekend, or Friday rather, live stream tests.
Thanks
Bye guys,
for
thank you
joining us.
guys. Until next time, remember to keep on making.
See you guys.
Bye.